Okay. Welcome. Hello, good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome to REMS Partners Product Knowledge Section, powered by REMS Academy. Sorry for that feedback. Okay, that's good. Good. REMS Academy, and once again, I want to say, give us a breakdown on this, why we began this platform. Okay, so the objective is one, to introduce the MD and the complaint so they also can put a face to the brand. Number two, give MD the chance to provide updates on the current and new projects upcoming. Also, MD discuss previous projects and the progress, and also we give the platform for routers issues to be address router consign, particularly for those who sold and the client are not satisfied with the sales so far. So that's why we also REMS partners product knowledge section. So far, from feedback, it's been a very powerful instrument because if we go back to watch and get you see the mind, people get to see the mind, the catch the spirit of the MD of the company, see the visionaire. People get to understand the concept, the vision, and the passion of the MD. Because in this business, you got to be careful the MD and partners to work with. Now, not all partners or MDs you can flow with, you can relate with, and you can agree with that this business, to a large extent, your access to leadership, access to partners can go a long way to help you succeed in the business. Right. So we're giving this platform to see and catch the spirit of our MDs, our partners, and see how we can work with them closely. And today, it's a wonderful day. I've been trying to host this for a while now. Today we have on the call tonight the MD CEO of Homes and Habitats, who is not a strange person in this house, is a REMS, a pioneering founding REMS member. All right. It's been involved with REMS management team all the while. It's been involved in training department, been involved in, is instrumental in many decisions have been made in REMS so far all these years. All right. It's been involved in the REMS welfare department. It's been everywhere in REMS. And sure REMS is doing well. To consider that REMS success today, the history of REMS cannot be written without people like that name on the in gold, written in gold. But today we have the pleasure of having a chat with Mr. Bobby Onoge to know about his project and to catch his spirit, and for us and also know that we are working with somebody that we can be sure of and proud of. His BDM is the is his BDM, it's on the call. So after the time with our MD, she'll give a few brief chats on what's up, how you can reach her and all that. So without wasting much time, I want to give the floor to Mr. Bobby Onoge. Please unmute yourself, sir, and let's see your faces possible.
Uh, Good evening, everybody.
Olga, the big B. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I greet you.
Can we see
Well,
your face briefly? Oh, you're
I'm on
driving
the
on the road.
yeah, I'm driving. I'm on the road.
Oh, wow. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Nah, no problem. But I just had to just park somewhere so that I can quickly,
Fantastic.
you know, do this.
Wow, thank you so much for this. Even a short notice, we could grab you in your busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir. How's it going, sir?
You're welcome. Fine. We thank God. Okay.
All right, sir.
So
We take a whole shot. which are at your time. So
Okay.
for those that are new in REMS, those that are fresh in the system, new in REMS, they want to know who is Mr. Bobby Inoge, and tell us more about your company also.
Yeah. Okay. So, my name is Inoge Shomoge Bobby, and I'm the MD and CEO of Homes and Habitats, which is a real
Wow.
estate development company. Am I audible enough?
Yes, sir. Very audible, sir.
Okay. So, telling you more about myself and the company. Okay. Um, we started the company, or let me just start by just telling you about myself. Okay. So I'm a graduate of Lagos State University. I studied industrial relations and personnel management, which is core HR, for if you know HR activities. So how did I even get into real estate? Because studying industrial relations and personnel management and real estate is actually two ends. So
Exactly.
I started my real estate journey in 2013, and that 2013 that I'm talking about is sharing of flyers. That was how I got into real estate. That's the time the traditional real estate was still obtainable, where you get flyers, you write your name and your number on the flyer, then you go out on the streets and you share it to people and you hope they call you. Then social media wasn't a thing then. So this is what I was doing in 2013. Then 2016, I met the real estate millionaires. Well, let me not say I met real estate millionaires. By then, it wasn't it wasn't solid real estate millionaires. We're just like a group of realtors that used to come together. We meet at what's the name of this bus stop around that Bagada? Yeah, and we go on inspections to various developers, sites, building sites, and land sites. Yes. So from there, REMS was bettered, and I've been an integral part of REMS, like Pastor Bobby said, and trying to make it all work. And the reason again why real estate was a thing for me was because there were a lot of things that happened in real estate. For those that have been in the real estate sector for a while, we all know what some of us as realtors, because I started out as a realtor before I became a developer. So we all know what we have gone through in the hands of some of these unscrupulous developers, which never delivered. So that was one of the core things for me that made me go into real estate development, because there was a lot of issues where you have your clients are not satisfied. You've sold a product a long time ago, either a building or a land, and 2 years, 3 years down the line, the client is calling you and asking you that he hasn't been allocated, or the developer is, creating different kind of scenarios that there is non-delivery, either for
Yeah.
the buildings or allocation for land. Or at the end of the day, sometimes when you do a deep dive and you do some search, you find out that even the land that they're even selling is not even where it is, it's somewhere else. And they are just using different
Hi.
coordinates, and a lot of things that happened in the real estate sector that period. And, going through one or two hassles, I made up my mind that I believe this is the right time. And I'm someone that prays a lot. Pastor Bobby too does. And I think that was COVID year. We were all
Mm.
locked up at home, and we couldn't do anything. Nobody could go out, nobody could go on inspections and all that. But because of some of the sales that I had made, I still received some commission.
Yeah.
And there and then, I actually had a near-death experience for those that knew what happened to me. Yes, I had COVID, and
Yeah.
I was on the oxygen machine. For those that
Yeah.
know, the presidents, the directors of REMS, they know because I was actually part of the welfare team and all that. So after that, I decided that yes, I have to equip myself because there is no greater problem in a sector than a mediocre, somebody that doesn't know
Yeah.
what he or she is doing. So I had to go to School of Estates. Some of you might know the school, and I went there and I did some courses on real estate investment, real estate sales, and real estate marketing. Then I also did real estate development.
Wow.
Actually, when I went there, I went to do these courses so that, boost my marketing skills and all that. But along the line, I just fell in love with development and I was like, see, why not take charge and do this by myself? So,
Mm.
and that was it. I went into real estate development, and by the grace of God, Homes and Habitats is, I think we're about 3 years now
Wow.
from when we started. So, and our first project was Habitat Locks, which is a set of 2 bedroom with BQ and 3 bedroom with BQ terraces in Abraham
Yeah.
Adesoyan. Yeah. So the project is on, but we have closed the project for now. We want to do some major work before we relaunch it because due to inflation and all that, and we don't want a situation whereby um, we are undercharging for the buildings, and at the
Mm.
end of the day, because we have undercharged and we have not been able to meet up with inflation,
It's up.
we will now
Yeah.
under deliver. When we are telling clients that we are going to give you a finished apartment, and because of that, we now end up giving them carcass,
Hackers.
or we end up giving them shell. So, and this is one of the things that I want to mitigate as a developer. So that is why we just closed it for now, which we are still going to reopen it. But when that happens, we'll let everybody know. Then our second project, which was Sycamore Apartments, which is also in the same place with Habitat Locks. That one is a set of apartments. We have the 2 bedroom, the studio apartments, and we also had the 3 bedroom. And this is actually sold out at the moment. So, which other product did we have? We had Cedar Plots, which was just land that we're selling in that same in the same estate. That's the same estate. Cedar Plots, Habitat Locks, and Sycamore Apartments is in. But recently, the product that we have out now is West Park Cottages. And from the get go, from the name of the company, which is Homes and Habitat, we are trying to create homes that are actually human habitats. Because we notice that a lot of people are living in concrete prisons. You are living in an
Mm.
apartment, the apartment is just concrete, your whole floor is interlocked, or if it's not interlocked, it's stamped concrete, and there is no greenery anywhere. And the
Mm.
major idea when we created the company was creating homes that would take man himself back to his natural habitat, where it's
Wow.
like you're
Wow.
living back in the days of Garden of Eden, where you can come
Yeah.
out of your house, you have the green grass, you have trees that can give you ample oxygen to breathe, that it hasn't been diluted by any kind of carbon dioxide and all that. So that's the major thing that was in our head when we created
Wow. Sorry,
Homes and
sir.
Habitat.
Sorry, sir. Is
Yeah.
that why it's selling so fast like that? I know it's selling so fast and it's talk of the town right now. Is that the reason why?
Well, but firstly, I would say the reason why it's selling so fast is number one, I give all glory to God because we are quite not that popular a real estate company yet, but we
Yeah.
give all the glory to God. Then with the effort from our partners like REMS and the directors and all that, then the theme again is
Mm.
is not a theme that is common because a lot of people, yes, we have even had some opposition. Some people will say, oh, why would I acquire this amount of land and you are restricting me to what I can build, that I cannot build on a so percentage. I have to do
Yeah.
a green area, I have to plant a tree, I have to do this. It's because we are contributing our own quota to the ecosystem.
Fantastic.
Because if you look at Lagos now, like there's a lot of heat wave. Everywhere is hot.
Seriously.
And I'm sure it still rained like maybe 2 days ago.
Even last night, sir.
Is it last night? Yeah, it still rained last night, but everywhere is still hot because there is no vegetation whatsoever to absorb
Trees
the
are
level of
gone.
heat
Exactly.
that is coming here because there are no trees anywhere. Everywhere is built up. You have houses, and the houses don't have gardens. They don't have trees where you can go and sit out in the evening with a chair or a bench. Everything
Mm.
is concretized. You get, so we are trying to
Fantastic.
bring back that nature living with
Nature,
West Park
fantastic.
cottages. And we tried our best to get something in Lagos, but we noticed that the Bejulekis and Ekpes somehow did not meet the criteria that we wanted because we are doing nature living. So we wanted
Yeah.
somewhere really serene, and Ibadan was the closest place to go to from Lagos. And this location is even very, very, very key because from Lagos to this location, if you're driving, it's about an hour and a half. And if you are going to take the train, which takes you exactly to the Monia train station, is about I think the train leaves by 7:45 and it gets to Ibadan about maybe 10:15 thereabout. So that's
Yeah.
like to give or take about maybe 2 hours. So in 2 hours from Lagos, you are in Monia. And this place is also where the dry port is. So there's a lot of activity that is bustling around this area already. The only thing now
Wow.
is that it's just for people to key into it before it becomes a mega thing that everybody now has an idea of and everybody wants to like play a part of it. And talking about West Park cottages, we are we have noticed that okay, we have a flyer which is being passed around now that we are closing the sales because we don't want one thing have to myself as a developer is
Yeah.
non-delivery is never going to happen. Then overselling is not going to happen
Thank you,
because
sir.
we will not have we will not have 10 plots and we will sell 40. Of course, where are the remaining 30 people going to get their allocation from? And this is something that has been happening in the real estate industry. And we have made up our minds that we want to set a different precedence real estate developers because people already have these mindsets that real estate developers they are crooks, their mouth is sweet, they just want to get money, they do this, they do that. So we don't want to do that. The number of plots we have is the number of plots we are going to sell. But also, we are still going to keep a reserve in case, because there are some times that infrastructure might take up some space. So we already
Exactly.
have plots on, yeah, we have plots on ground that even if infrastructure takes up more than what we envisage, we still have plots that we allocate to people.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I observe that you've done several locations and you've done some events lately in our sites. Can you give us a
Yes.
brief about those events you've done so far? And I heard about tree planting and like, what's going on here? So unique
Okay.
events.
Okay. So because we are trying to, create an ecosystem, a green zone whereby everybody will, even in your old age, like now, the way it is when a lot of people come to Lagos and they work and they are now retiring, they all go back to the village. That's the thing. They say, it's time for you to go back to the village. Papa, oh yeah, can't they go village? You don't old. Mama, can't they go village? You
Yes,
don't old.
yes.
Yeah. So why do they say people should go to the village? It's not that they don't have somewhere to stay in Lagos. They have, but they believe that the village is more eco-friendly, especially when you're at that age and probably for health reasons. You
Very
get,
true.
even the carbon we breathe alone in Lagos is toxic enough to affect our health. So we are trying to create like a modern village. Yes, it is like a village because you are going to have trees in your compound, gardens, food, you are growing your own tomatoes and all that. But at the same time, we still want to keep the place. Yes, people are going to build their houses, and it's still going to look nice. It's not going to be a concrete environment. Now, talking about the events that we've done, we did a tree planting event recently alongside the allocation which we did to people because aside that, what's the use of holding on to people's land? If people have paid for land and they have paid 100% and they have paid for their documentation, the normal thing to do is to hand over their land to them. And
Sorry,
that is
sir.
what we are doing.
Please, sir. When did you launch the estate again?
We launched the estate in, I think that was October or September.
And already allocation is done already. Wow.
Yes. So um we've done two allocations on the land,
Two batches of
and
Already.
we are,
yeah.
yes, we've
Wow.
done two allocations, and we are closing the sales because we don't want to oversell the land. But West Park Cottages phase 2 is going to appear soon, and we have another product too that is going to appear, which will let people know
Mr.
along the
Bobby,
line
now
as
I'm
to.
learning from you. Sorry, sir. Why is it possible? Hello, sir.
You said, yeah.
Why is it possible that you're able to allocate in less than 1 year allocated and some people can't do it? Why is your own different? It's possible, right?
Yes, it's very possible, especially when you are sincere to yourself and you
Kai.
do the normal
Wow.
thing that you can do on the land. Because sometimes, okay, there are some things that, as
Bro, talk for yourself alone. Talk for yourself alone. You know.
like, I don't know if it's okay. Okay, let me just say this. There are some situations whereby we have some developers that are fraudulent. In real estate, yes, developers run into some hitches here and there. Sometimes it's not of their own making, maybe
Yeah,
due to wrong sales. Maybe you want to buy a land, maybe you buy from the wrong people or the wrong family, or government comes and a lot of things happen and you cannot
yeah,
actually take possession of that land. But we have made up our minds that any land that we are purchasing, we are taking possession of it, and as long as we are
fantastic,
taking possession, we are allocating it. The
fantastic.
reason why some people, I don't want to speak for other developers, but the reason why some of them might not be able to allocate is that maybe they've not really taken possession of the land. So there might be a kind of opposition to allocate.
All right.
You get? Aha. Then maybe another scenario again is that sometimes some are not sincere, they are not honest. Like,
Mm,
you have truly you have only 30 plots and you have sold 100.
Kai.
Now the 100, 80 people, 80 plots have been paid for out of the 100, but you have only 30 plots. Of course, as a developer, you won't allocate.
Yes,
Because you
it
know
was
that
fun.
the day you allocate, your secrets will be out in the open. Because you cannot
Therefore,
allocate, you can't allocate 30 plots to you can't allocate 30 plots for 30 people to 80 plots. It's
now
not
war.
possible.
Now
Aha.
war with that.
So that is what happens. That's what happens sometimes.
I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
So it's possible to allocate within 1 year, which I've done. Thanks for that. Thanks for that record, sir. For setting it
Yes.
straight that it's possible. And also, I want to ask you: Are you hoping to get phase two of that project, or I don't see anyone anytime soon?
Yes. In fact, by next month, we are looking at phase two by next month. But we'll carry the group along
Great.
on the major things, the what we've done, how far we've gone, our search results and all that, to make sure that it is a confirmed product that we can sell and we can allocate.
Fantastic. All right, so
Yes.
before we give the floor to our members to ask questions, you've been a realtor before. You're still a realtor, developer now.
Yeah.
In 2 minutes, how can a realtor sell Westcott cottage to clients?
Okay. Now,
What's the
like
catch?
the catch. Now, first of all, it is not everybody that aligns themselves with the ideology of West Park cottages. Because we have even had some people call us, I want to buy, I want to use it for commercial. And we have turned down a lot of sales, a lot. Like, no, okay, I want to use it for commercial. Let me buy 2 acres. I want to use it for commercial. Okay, let me pay more than what you are charging. And we're like, no. Of course, we would have sold
Wow,
it, I would have put the money in our pocket. And
vision.
the people that have the idea of West Park cottages are, I want to live in a green area that is quiet, is calm, and all that. And they just look at their side, and the next thing they are seeing somebody doing a factory or doing one
Kai.
very
Yeah,
commercial activity. And you'll be like, this is not what you told us now, but it's too late. By that time, we have put money in our pocket and
exactly.
we have to give the person the land. So this is what we tell people to use to sell, because we are definite on our vision for West Park cottages.
Fantastic.
This is
Fantastic.
what we want to do. It is an eco-friendly environment where greenery, nature, fruits. If you had, maybe if you saw the visuals from the last allocation and tree planting, you will
Yeah.
notice that a lot of people had fruits that they could just pick from trees.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
had a
I
lot
saw
of
it. I saw it.
cashew and all
Yeah.
that. We had mango trees too, but the mango is not ripe. That's why you didn't see a lot of people taking mango, but they could take the cashews. Then again, the trees that we planted at the front, those trees are going to serve like a nature barrier, because
Fantastic.
we know that in the future, the road is going to get expanded, because the road is a major road. It goes from Ibadan to Iseyin.
Mm.
So that road is going to be expanded in the future, the same way our Lekki Ekpe Expressway here is expanded. So that is why, if you notice, where the nature barrier is to where the estate starts from is quite a distance. The setback is very, very reasonable.
Yes. Yes.
In
Yes.
fact, if we say we should sell the land that we use for setback, is also money. But we know what we are doing. And that is why, if you notice, we did not allocate anybody in that
Front.
area,
Yes.
so that when the road is being expanded, it will not eat into anybody's land.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for that
Yeah.
work so far. And in your projection, well, let me leave that to when do you think that place to start becoming habitable?
Okay. Number one, like the allocation, I spoke to a lot of
Clients.
clients, and I also pleaded with them and I begged them that the reason why we are doing West Park cottages is not that it's not majorly for
Land banking.
land banking.
Exactly.
Yeah, because some people believe that, oh, it's land banking, it's inside bush. Just buy the land and leave it for the next 3 years, 4 years. No. I pleaded with them that please come and start doing something. Because we had started opening up the major road.
Wow.
That runs right through the whole estate. Then from there, we'll start doing the inner roads.
Fantastic.
So if you want to come and fence your land, no problem. You want to do corner piece, you want to just come and build a small bungalow and build something like a chicken coop, you want to rear chicken, you want to plant some vegetables and all that, you can. Once in a while, when you're tired of Lagos, you can just take a train, boom, down to Moniya and come and stay there for like 2-3 days. We're also working on powering the place, but it's going to be 100% solar. We're not going to have generators because of the noise and the carbon emission too.
Wow.
So the thing is that any client that is concerned about an eco-friendly environment, a green zone, these are the kind of people that would appreciate it. And with time, I'm telling you, the value is going to skyrocket because those that bought it at the initial pre-launch price of 800K, now the price is now 2 million. By the time we are done with the infrastructures that we want to do, and the polo field is now active because we are also we are initiating a partnership with the Ibadan Polo Club.
Fantastic.
So that they can come and do 1 or 2 polo events, hopefully before the year runs out. But they have their rules and regulations and all their do's and don'ts, which we are also trying to meet up with, and what we have to have on ground before they can come on board. So once that is done, I'm telling you, it's going to be fun all the way. Then from time to time, we're also going to be having other events on the property so that clients can always have a reason to come there. And whenever they come, they can see that, oh, Homes and Habitat is still in charge of West Park cottages. It's not that Omonile has collected it, or Ajagunbale has collected it, or family has collected it. They will come and see that we still have possession of the land. They too can stroll to where their land is.
Fantastic.
Look at the land, see what's going there, and go away after the event, which we are holding on the property from time to time.
Thank you so very much so far for that insightful section. So, guys, if you have any question, raise your hand. I'll mute you. You are live for the MCO, our own person, Mr. Bobby Unoge. We have on the call Funke on the call. Funke, the head of BDM. We have on the call Temitope, also is the BDM for Homes and Habitats. Good evening, guys. All right, any question quickly? Any questions so we can have? Okay, I see Victoria. Victoria, please unmute yourself. Ask a question, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
And to the MD, to the big man. I don't know what to call the big man there. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, sir. Well done. I'm so happy to know you, although I'm a new person. I'm just joining you guys for the first time.
Oh, you're
anyway,
welcome.
Thank you, sir. My question is, I have something that is bothering me, although Mrs. Funke has been of great help to me all along since I started this, the real estate business. But my question is, I have a client right now that's keying for the allocation of the Havana one. But as we speak now,
Eloma, today is for Homes and Habitats alone. This is a different section.
Okay. Let me just, let me just go to this. Let me not bother him with my story. Let me just go to this about this new, the second, they want to open the new Havana section for for people. I just want to find out the new one that they want to commence now. Will it be as the first one, the first batch that just finished now? That is my question.
Okay, I have no idea. Funke, the head of BDM, will address that for later on. She'll call you and address that for later on. So just give your number. You have a number, right?
I have a number. So I wanted
Okay,
to
so
hear from
you have no idea, right? We have no idea at all. So it's a different platform on its own. So Funke
okay.
is here. Funke is here on the call. She'll
Okay.
address you later on.
I thought the boss would be of great help to my question.
No, no, it's a different. Yeah, it's a different company. A different
Oh,
different company.
I am running a different product at a different company, a different real estate company.
Okay. Okay, then I reserve my question.
Thank you,
Thank you
man.
very much. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Welcome.
you're most welcome.
Anybody else has a question for Mr. Bobby? No, get the homes and habitats. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, this is for homes and habitats. This is their own section. Anyone has any question, please? Okay, so Miss Victoria, Ms. Funke has asked the private chatter. She will help you address those concerns. All right. Any question, Chineye, any question? Anybody has any question quickly? This our own person here on the call, so I'm sure you're proud of what he's doing
What
and the
incentive do
success.
you have for realtors?
Aha, like incentive.
Incentive. Okay. So now it's two ways because I'm a man of my word and I
Yeah,
don't know how to lie to people. Pastor Bobby knows that.
sure.
And those that know me personally, they know. Because we are just doing these products and we want them to be as affordable as possible. That is why we have a commission base, a commission structure, which I believe REMS would have communicated that to you. Then we don't really have a major incentive. We just do incentive according to the times and seasons which we have. Like there was a time we were doing an incentive of foodstuffs like rice, a bag of rice, oil, chicken, indomie, tin tomatoes, malt, and all that. Yeah, we're doing all that. But it comes with times and seasons because the thing now is that, yes, I was once a realtor and I'm still a realtor, which I understand the power of incentive. But at the same time, let us also look at the value that we are giving our clients because as a business, there is no business that will want to run at a loss. I just say this so that you understand me. If I'm going to calculate an incentive to a product that is a low-hanging product, we all know that product was selling at 800,000, which was all inclusive, which means the product was selling at 600,000, let me say, by the time you remove the documentation. So incentivizing that will mean it will come at a higher cost. And we don't want to do anything too expensive. We want to give the clients their value. At the same time, we also want to give good value, money-wise, commission-wise, to the realtors themselves to show appreciation for them for marketing and closing deals on the product. So for our incentives, we are doing incentives according to times and seasons. We don't really have a major incentive as that, oh, sell this and get this for now. Maybe for phase two, we will work on that for phase two. We are still in some talks with the REMS directorate and all that. So whatever we conclude on, the BDM will cascade it down,
Yeah,
or Pastor Bobby can also, yes, the group has their mediums which they will use and communicate it down. So, but
exactly.
for now, we don't have any major incentive that is tied to the product.
But now, so it seems like you have less than 3 or 4 weeks to close of sales. So
I
realtors want
think
to be.
it's about 2 weeks thereabout.
Hey, so realtors are really high on ginger. So even if it's well, I don't want to push you too much on the sense anyway. But guys, less than 2 weeks, the most talked about, the most bought estate that has done to allocation within less than 9 months is going closer to sales. Be among the people that sold their place and be a proud realtor when you see your client happy tomorrow. All right. So Ms. Funke has a question. Funke, please unmute yourself, ask a question, please. Funke, unmute yourself, ask your question, please. Because it's not clear to me when you put it here. Funke, you said that my question is are we looking at buying here in the future or is strictly bad land? It's not clear. Okay, please, can you rephrase or mute yourself and ask yourself? It's Funke. On what? I've unmute you, ma. Okay, I think I have also Timmy. You have feedback to me? Timmy, say
Okay,
something.
I don't have a question, but someone said that they have an observation, the chat, and then Madam Funke, I think she's asking about building construction on the land. Is it just going to be
Okay,
strictly
okay.
land, or yeah? She said she can't unmute herself.
You can. You're co-host. You should be able to do that. You're co-host. You can.
Okay.
Okay, well, so sir, is there plans for building in that place from the company?
Yes, we are building our own like chalets that is going to be for like a holiday stay, which is going to be there.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think on the day of allocation, we shared that with some of the realtors and the clients that were available for the allocation at the tree planting event. So, but we are looking at, by the grace of God, we'll all still be alive till then, and we are looking at by December or January next year, this chalet will be ready, and we will actually have people come and stay over, maybe
Wow.
for the Christmas and New Year. So these are things that we are also working towards, and we can probably invite your clients, let them come, let them see the place and see that it is safe. They can build, because some of them are like, I'm going to come back here in maybe 3 years, in 4 years, and we don't want that. We want it to be a thriving community. That is what we want. So that's why we are
Great.
doing all these things and we are putting it in place.
Okay, so Marita Realtors, you have your observation. Can we have you?
Yeah, good evening,
Yeah,
MD.
good.
Good evening, Pastor Bobby. Good evening, everybody. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it was something I experienced, although it was such a dope, but I just wanted to draw the MD's attention to it and
Okay.
maybe be reviewed. It was during the allocation when they were going to do allocation for West Bank, and they said they needed an authorization from the client to be able to release his document to me. And I was wondering, the only reason the client even bought into that estate was because I made a recommendation for that estate. So why would they now need to get an authorization first from the client to release his document to me when I am the realtor of that client? I felt that that was too much to the extreme to ask for an authorization from client first before his documents will be released to me. So that's my concern. Let me put it like that.
Okay, ma, that's a standard, ma. That's a standard. It's a standard because
No,
tomorrow
no, it's
now,
not a standard
clients
though.
clients
It's
might
not a
say
standard. I've been collecting documents from other companies. It's not a
that is
standard.
done, but
We
it's not
did
the right thing,
heritage
though.
today, and heritage didn't say that I should go and get authorization from clients first. We've been collecting documents during allocation on behalf of clients, and
Well,
there was nothing
ma,
like that.
there have been several issues on that. Well, and legally speaking, that's standard, legally wise. But if it's done because of a relationship, fine. But legally and standard, clients should give the authorization for to speak on their behalf. Because tomorrow now,
Yeah.
you say, why you give them? That has to give them story content. We've had issues, court issues that
Why
have
was
come
it
to
that
Wahala.
referred the client to the company now?
It
The
doesn't
client
matter,
didn't know
Ma.
the
Okay. See,
company.
the thing is that like Pastor Bobby said, let's not we are all adults and we are all matured, and let's not play from the part of emotions. You understand? Let us play from the part of officiality and working in the corporate environment. Now, if somebody is purchasing something as critical as land, something as critical as land, because land is a very critical issue. Even if you are the person that refers that person, okay, I want to go as deep as mother and child. If a mother takes her own money and buys a property for the child, the only place that mother can take documents or take possession of that land or anything that is in that child's name is if that child is not of a matured age.
Yeah.
The child is less than 18 or 16. But once the purchase is an adult, the receipt to that property is written in that client's name, not the realtor's name. The deed of assignment is written in the client's name, not the realtor's name. The survey is done in the client's name, not the realtor's name. So even as a realtor or a real estate broker, there is no right that the realtor or the broker has to take the documents of the client that is purchasing the land. That is standard everywhere in the world. China, America, Nigeria, South Africa, everywhere. If that is going to happen, then even in Nigeria, we water it down a lot. For me to tell the client to just send an authorization, naturally, the way it's supposed to be, the client is supposed to tell his or her own legal representative to write us that, yes, legally, all this or that, hand over this document to XYZ person, and that person will sign. So legally, we are free. If tomorrow something happens and the documents gets missing in transit, or the broker decides to lay claim to the property, we will be exonerated. That is why these things are done. So it is standard to ask for authorization. And again, this authorization I'm talking about, like I said, we've watered it down. It's just an email. Because if the clients can pick up their phone and transfer money, it's so easy for that client to also pick up their phone and click on the icon of Gmail and just say, I authorize Mr. or Mrs. XYZ to pick up my documents. Bam. It's just that easy. So that safeguards us, because we have had situations where people have picked up documents on behalf of clients, and client has said, no, I didn't want this person to pick up my documents. Why did you give them my document? And they are your realtor now. We noticed that your portfolio is even with this person. This is like about 2, 3, 4 properties. And the client is like, no, I don't want that. I want my documents back. And we had to, because like I said, I am a realtor, I've been a realtor, and I'm still a realtor. I've had a case between a father and a daughter. Daughter is in Italy, father is here in Lagos. Daughter sent money, bought a property. It was one of these properties in Ibejuleki, bought an acre. Father came, and because I had a relationship with the father and the daughter, because the daughter was my junior in secondary school, so I already have a relationship with them. I just took the documents. He just came out like, hey, my daughter document. And I just took it and I gave it to him. Along the line, I don't know what happened. It's an internal family issue. The daughter had to call me from Italy that I did not ask for her permission to. Yes, she told her father to come and inspect the land and do this, and she was sending money to her father to make payment because she was sending hard currency. He will change and make payments. That yes, but she did not say I should give the documents to him. And thank God that we still have a relationship. There was no way I could communicate to the father because I was like, I can't go and tell your daddy that, daddy, your daughter say I should collect the documents back from you. That one will cause a family problem. So I had to beg her that, please, I can't go and meet your dad. And please don't even tell your dad. Just look for a way to go around it. So without talking much on it, this is the standard with land. It is only the clients that can authorize for anybody, even their child. Now, let's not even talk about broker, even their child or their brother or their wife. That is why, even on deed nowadays or on documentation, we don't write Mr. and Mrs. Inogie anymore. You have to
Yes,
write
sir.
Mr. Bobby Oshomoge Inogie and
And
Mrs.
Mrs. Anna.
Felicia, whatever, then the surname. Because if you write Mr. and Mrs. Inogie, if the guy that is bearing Inogie, his wife now dies and he decides to go and marry another wife, or his wife is not dead, he decides to marry a second wife, and that second wife is now Mrs. Inogie, how do we know which one we are giving land to? So those are just the criteria about
Yes, sir.
documentation and land. So please, if you have been offended
All
in
right,
any way, please, I apologize. Don't be offended.
no
It is
problem.
not of our
I
making
felt like
to
stressing my
inconvenience
clients.
you. Ma,
I felt like stressing my clients to come and be giving authorization. I just felt like I'm his portfolio officer. I'm just supposed to do everything right and just hand over to him. So telling him to give me an authorization first was like stressing him to go through that route. That was why I got offended. But noted.
okay,
Thank you,
please
ma.
don't
After
be
the
offended,
question.
ma. We are only trying to safeguard everybody's interests.
Even yourself too, ma. Thank you, ma, for that feedback
Thank
anyway.
you very much
Thank
for
you.
understanding.
All right. Any other Timmy, want to say something before we round up the call? Sell
Okay.
us West Court, West Park. Sell to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Inogie. Really appreciate you.
Thank you very
So,
much.
in case for our realtors, in case you don't know, West Park Cottages is still selling from now till the 5th of April, and 1 acre is selling for 12 million naira with an initial deposit of 2 million naira, and then we have um, the one plot selling for 2
2
million
million.
naira with a 350,000 naira initial deposit. And one thing
Fantastic.
I love about Homes and Habitats is how intentional they are about everything, their attention to details, the understanding, how grounded they are, how firm they are about what they want to do in West Park Cottages, is what I really love. And the fact that it is really centered on wellness. If you are someone that is looking for a place to live, a place that is very close to nature, that would, and there is one thing about living very close to nature. It improves your health, your overall well-being and health. You breathe fresh air, you are eating fresh fruit, your skin, your body, your organs, everything will appreciate you. So it's something, it's new, yes. What they are bringing is new, and they are not just like we used to call them fence and leave property. The West Park Cottages is not that kind of property. It's not a fence and leave. They are very intentional about everything that is going to be put in place in West Park Cottages. Like he rightly said, that they also have a stake in the on the land where they are going to build chalets, meaning that they are going to be involved in
Fantastic. Yeah.
yes. So you won't just be left, or your clients won't just be left to build and then just live there, because they too are going to build there, and of course they will want the best for the property. So I would advise you, the property is selling for a very cheap price. It started from like 800,000, if I'm correct, and now
Yeah.
it has gone from that amount to 2 million naira and then 12 million naira for 1 acre. You will not regret it. You will not regret selling um West Park
That's
cottages. Yes,
fantastic.
yes, and
Thank you.
it's ideal. It's very ideal for for what will I senior generation or senior
Citizen.
citizens. Yes, senior citizens. But and if you're a young person that wants
Even
to
for
buy
your
West Park
youngsters
cottage,
too.
yes, yes. If you are looking for a
Because
place that
I'm
you
sure
just
that
want
Mr.
to go and
W
hide
have a
your
place
head,
there. I
and
know.
yes, yes. So if you are looking for someone you just want to go and just live a calm, peaceful life,
Relax. Yeah.
yeah, then that is your go-to, you know, and it's like a home away from home. So please, Rent Realtors, let's
Jump
sell
at
this.
it.
Let's
Yes,
jump
sir.
at it. And then we are working
Yes,
with a
sir.
company that has integrity. Within 9 months, they have done 2 allocations. And allocations with your name pegged, with everybody, with the surveyor, everybody on
I
ground to
was
do
shocked, man.
the necessary, you know, uh, documentation and all that.
Paperwork. Yeah.
Yes, paperwork, everything. And then I just love how intentional they are about everything and their attention to details. If you go through, once you buy, you go through the guidelines and you know that from the gatehouse, from the
Mm-mm.
entrance of the estate till the very end, everything, the clauses, everything is there. So you're not buying a property that you are not sure about what is to come. Everything has already been, penciled down and legally penciled down, not just
Yes, sir.
word of by word of mouth. You understand? So please, Rems Realtors, this is a good one. This is a very, very good one.
All
Please
right.
let's key
So
into this. And when the phase 2 comes, please, yeah, thank
please
you.
post your number on the chat room, please. Let me have your number. Chatter
Okay,
directly for flyer, for video details. Chatter now. Send me your number to chat room. So, Bobby,
okay,
finally,
sir.
this is the third month of the year. What advice do you have for realtors? What's your $1 million advice, inspiration for the realtor for the year?
Whoa. Okay. First of all, um, my advice as pertaining to life is that nobody knows it all and nobody has it all. We
Mm,
never give up. As a realtor, I remember the only thing is that a lot of those things are not allowed again now. Then MFK, which is the president of REMS,
yeah.
then she used to motivate us by showing us alerts of commission.
Mm.
And by this time, we hadn't even started any commission, and we'll be like, what is it?
What's going on here?
How? What's going on? This thing is fake. It's not real. It can't be possible. Until the day I got my own first commission after I think like almost 10 months of trying to market. My first commission was about I think 680,000 naira. You can imagine. That was 2016, over half a million. So to me, it was like I was checking my account continuously, like I have over half a million, I have over half a million. This is me that I will call my friend. I want to go for inspection. Oh, it's in Bejuleki. Please transfer like 3K or 4K to me. Let me use for transportation. And I will get to Ibejuleki and I'll be standing under the sun waiting
Kai,
for the client to come.
Kai.
And eventually, it's not guaranteed. The clients, when you are there under the
Yeah.
sun, you spend your transport fare to Ibejuleki, the clients can now just call you that, oh, I'm so sorry, something came up, I won't be able to make it again. Maybe we'll do another time. And you have believed that when I close sale and I sell and I collect commission, I will just transfer the money back to the person I got it from. And then go, we're just looking at little things that even if it's 50,000 naira commission, even if it's 100,000, let me see. But my first commission was over 500,000. So
Wow.
expand your horizons. If you want 2 million naira commission as a newbie, you get it. If you want 1 million, you get it. 5 million, you get it. Somebody can buy a house from you outright. As in, these things are real.
Yes.
So my own is just don't ever give up. Continue pushing. Continue. Consistency is key. Make sure you are there. So that when it is time, it's just like the case of the 10 Pastor Bobby, help me here. That the 10 ladies that wanted to come and see Jesus, and 5 of them did not have oil in their lamp.
10
And
virgins,
the other, yeah. Now, because those ones were prepared and they were there, they were the ones that were seen. So consistency is key. Show up every day, post, pick a product that you are sure of, post, pick an expensive product you can post, or you can start from the low-hanging ones, like West Park cottages. They are not too expensive, that you know that you can easily get people to drop money for at once or in installments. Then from there, you graduate, you build your portfolio. But my own is never give up. Stay on it. Stay consistent. Everybody's appointed time is going to come. The reason why it hasn't come now is not because you are not doing enough. You are doing enough. It's just not the appointed time. So keep doing it. Keep posting every day. Then another thing I want to say about land, let me just chip this in.
Yes, sir.
Like if you want to market West Park cottages to somebody, there was a particular point in time I was living in South Africa, and in South Africa, their major city is Johannesburg and Cape Town.
Yeah.
So now Johannesburg is the major place. Like Johannesburg is like their Lagos, but a lot of people migrated from Johannesburg to the suburbs, which is the Gauteng, Sandton. Now, Sandton is like in Lagos, is like the Shongotedos of today, which are now developed. And if you look at these suburbs now even have most of the wealthiest people living there. I can tell you that the major people that I even have the real money are not living like, what's his name? Eleganza, Oluwadishola. Where does he live? He doesn't live in Lekki Phase 1. No. His house has been at a Chevron toll gate for many, many years when that place was bush.
Yeah.
And that man is one of the richest real estate person that you know. His house, his home has been there. He didn't live in Banana Island. He didn't live in Lekki Phase 1. He went into the suburbs, and that's where he has been staying. And if you in SA too, a lot of the wealthiest people are staying in the suburbs. Like even if you go to New York, you have a lot of people, but a lot of them also stay on the outskirts of New York because they want what? They want their peace of mind.
Serene environment, yeah.
Serene environment. That is why you will see them. They'll go and build a 12-bedroom mansion on 40 acres of land.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way you people they build. They show you that they are rich. They're not really by their cars. They acquire land. They might say, oh, I have a country home or I have a ranch on 50 acres of land in somewhere.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how they prove their wealth. So that is the thing. So when you're talking to your clients, make them know this. Then in Lagos, very soon, Lagos is going to be too expensive for a lot of people to live in. But Lagos will still want cheap labor. So for the labor to stay cheap, because accommodation is not going to be cheap, a lot of people will go and look for accommodation and reside outside Lagos. And now Lagos is working on a very terrific and fantastic rail network.
Yes.
They have the blue rail, they have the red rail now, and I think they have the third one. I don't know what the third one is. So you can imagine somebody can actually stay in Ibadan
Yeah.
and be
Yes.
working in Yaba.
Very true.
So he will
Very
just
true.
wake up early in the morning, go to Monia train station, take a train.
Wow. Wow.
In less
Wow.
than 2 hours, he's in
That's the
Lagos.
future now. That's the future, sir.
That's the future. He has finished working. He closes from work. 4 o'clock, he's
Going
at
to
the train
train.
station. By 6 o'clock, he's in Ibadan by train. And this
Wow.
has happened. One thing about history is that history always repeats itself. A lot of people moved out of Lagos and moved into Ogun State, Mowe,
True.
Ibafo,
Yeah.
all those areas, all those redemption
Iju.
campsite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is
Wow.
definitely going to happen again. And for now, since there is a rail that goes straight to Monia, and I believe that from there it's still even going to extend further, maybe going towards Ondo and all that. This is the best time for people to
Invest.
buy.
Wow.
Yes, because it's just like wanting to buy Ibejuleki now. When I tell some people that Ibejuleki sold for 500,000
Don't believe.
or 300,000, people didn't believe. They're like, are you sure? Ibejuleki. Now in Ibejuleki, if you don't have anything in the tens of millions at least, you can't get a reasonable land. I'm not talking about lands that is a decision in progress, so that you might never ever get allocated. But a reasonable plot of land that you want to buy is in tens of millions. So please help us spread the gospel of West Park Cottages. And phase 2 is coming up. And the only thing about human beings is migration. Human beings will always migrate.
Migrate.
And that is how we
Awesome.
move all over the world. People migrated from mainland to island. People are migrating from island to the deeper suburbs. Now we're in Shogotedo. We are moving towards Lakwe. Lakwe moving towards Awoyaya, moving towards Eleko, Ekpe, Ijebu Ode. And that is how it is. It's a global thing. People must migrate. So nowhere is actually far.
Yes, it's
nowhere
very true,
is far.
sir.
Nowhere
Now,
is far. It's just where you are
after
coming
hearing
from.
now, I'm regretting why I didn't invest early in West Park. But not too late, not too late. I know
It's
that
not too
if I
late.
come out, as a realtor can buy and get good discounts. Yes. If the realtor want to buy,
Yeah.
let him tell them somewhere or contact the MD and can give a good discount as a realtor. So I'm coming, I need like
no problem.
like 2-3 plots first.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's been a very
So Bobby,
insightful.
I'm in your DM right now.
You had an insightful evening with the MD CEO of Homes and Habitats. I don't know how he does it, but it gets results, and they're making records, and they're breaking records. I've not seen any company that have launched an estate within 9 months and done 2 allocation. Not just surveyor standing here. He's there, the ED is there, and there's activities going on there. You client to come, have fun under canopy, sit down, eat, and have fun. Last one, they did a tree planting. I'm like, what's going on here? I've not heard this for in this industry, sir. Take the flowers, sir. Take the flowers. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm learning from you, sir. I'm following you, Bobby, and small Bobby.
Thank
All
you
right,
very much.
guys. So in case you keep joining late, the replay will send to the group in the next 5-10 minutes. And watch the full video and catch the spirit of the MD. It was one of the kind in the industry. And watch out for more from Homes and Appetites in the next few weeks from now. And you'll be glad you're partnering with them. Guys, in this business, follow no road, though. Follow integrity. Follow men that are doing the right thing. And I can agree with, I can tell you that 100% plus one, Mr. Bobby Noge and his company are people you should partner with. And if your office open to anybody, come to the office, it's
Yes,
open to you.
our office is always open.
And nobody says it's accessible. Anytime one saying it's accessible easily. All right, so guys, thank you one more time for this evening. And thank you, Mr. Noge. My wife, my love to Edie, your wife, and the team. And well done, sir. Well done,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Well done,
Thank
sir.
you, everybody. Thank you very
you,
much.
sir.
I appreciate the time that has been given to me this evening. Thank you, everybody,
Yes,
and God bless.